Greetings, my brothers. This is Shawn Blazington, and today I'm going to be revealing to you that the Cavaliers team that you see now is a carbon copy of the movie Django. Please understand that everything that's done in the mainstream media is precise, calculated, and symbolic. Now listen carefully as I link the characters to the athletes. Steve Kerr is Old Man Carr. Klay Thompson, Billy Cash. Steph Curry is the plantation owner Big Daddy. Anderson Varejao is the Uncle Tom trader Steven. And the rest of the Warriors is all of the races in the movie. David Blatt is Sheriff Bill Sharp. Dan Gilbert is the U.S. Marshal in the beginning of the movie. Broomhilda is Megan Fox. Kevin Love is Calvin Candy. LeBron James is Dr. King Schultz, and Kyrie Irving is Django. Now let's begin the assessment. Remember in the beginning of the movie, Django was in chains with other slaves. The same way Kyrie Irving was playing for a losing team before LeBron James got there. Then Dr. King Schultz came along and freed Django from that pathetic team. Even though Dr. King made Django his slave, he taught him skills to help him succeed and also promised him major rewards. The same way King James came to Cleveland and gave Kyrie some game on how to win and also promised the city of Cleveland championships. But make no mistakes about it, Kyrie Irving is LeBron James' slave. See you guys, Hollywood plans all of this shit out before it even happens. Now stick with me, it's going to get even deeper. Remember in the movie when Dr. King took Django to town for the first time and Django was sitting up on that horse and everyone was looking? That's the same way when LeBron went back to Cleveland, all eyes was on him and Kyrie was sitting up on a high horse. Remember when Django didn't know what he was getting into and then Dr. King killed Sheriff Bill Sharp? Then the U.S. Marshal came trying to use his authority, but Dr. King had paperwork proving that he can kill whoever he wants. That's the same way LeBron James got David Blatt fired, and when Dan Gilbert said something to LeBron about it, LeBron showed him that nasty letter that he wrote when LeBron went to Miami, and that gives him the power to fire and hire whoever he wants. Don't get me wrong, LeBron is a major part of Kyrie's development, but now that Kyrie is developing, he's outshining LeBron James. Now that Kyrie perfected his shot, LeBron likes to sit back and watch the young fella work. The same way Dr. King taught Django how to shoot and made him a killer, and once Django really got the hang of it, Dr. King just sat back and watched Django do his thing. Remember in the movie when Dr. King took Django to go see Big Daddy, and shit got serious, and Django was looking for those LeQuentin boys? That's the same way LeBron took Kyrie to the NBA Finals, and Kyrie was looking for Klay. He was looking for Draymond. He was looking for the rest of those Warriors, and when he saw them, he beat that ass. Like I told you, the Warriors represent all of the racists in this movie. Big Daddy wasn't so pleased with that. He thought Dr. King was his friend, but when he saw how Django went ballistic on his friends, his friendship with Dr. King was over. See, LeBron James and Steph Curry was cool before LeBron started playing with Kyrie. Nowadays, Curry is hell-bent on beating LeBron, the same way Big Daddy was hell-bent on getting Dr. King in that movie. Remember when Django told Dr. King about Broomhilda? He told him how much he loved her, how much he wanted to get her back, but he didn't know where she was. Dr. King promised Django that he would help get her back. Then they found out she was with Calvin Candy. They knew they had to get in good with Calvin Candy. They knew they just couldn't go and get the girl. They had to form a relationship with him about some sports or whatnot. That's the same way Kyrie told LeBron about Megan Fox and how much he loved her and how much he wanted to get her back, but she left him for another man. When they found out Megan was with Kevin, LeBron James formed a fake friendship with Kevin just to get him on his team, just so Kyrie can get his white girl back. Like I told you, Kevin Love is Calvin Candy. In the movie, Calvin Candy's right-hand man is Billy Cash, and I also told you that Billy Cash is Klay Thompson. Kevin Love and Klay Thompson grew up together in Oregon. Hollywood knows this, and this is why they scripted the movie the way they did. Remember in the movie when Calvin Candy fed that poor slave to the dogs? That poor slave was a representation of Andrew Wiggins. Didn't Andrew Wiggins go to the Wolves because of the trade for Kevin Love? Just like in the movie, those dogs that Calvin Candy sicked on that slave, those dogs represent the Timberwolves, and Andrew Wiggins was that sacrificial slave. Oh man, it gets deeper. Kyrie Irving was more than happy to trade Andrew Wiggins. He didn't care, all he wanted was his white girl back. But LeBron, on the other hand, had a soft spot for Andrew Wiggins, but he went along with it anyways. Just like in the movie, Django didn't care about that slave, he just wanted Broomhilda. But Dr. King, on the other hand, he felt for that slave. He felt like that was a waste of good life for a dirty dog like Calvin Candy. See, Calvin Candy had no clue what was going on until Steven connected the dots and let him know exactly what was going on. The same way Kevin Love had no clue what was going on until Anderson Varejao started to connect the dots and told him everything. You have to remember, Anderson Varejao was a Cavalier first. He knows exactly how they think. The same way Steven was a slave, he knows exactly how slaves think. Varejao told Kevin Love everything about Kyrie, about the girl, about the contract. In the same way Calvin Candy laid that skull on the table when he confronted Dr. King and Django, is the same way Kevin Love brought up his concussion that he suffered when he confronted LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. In the movie, Calvin said, "You know what? You can take the girl and I'll sign the contract." That's the same way Kevin Love told Kyrie, "You can have Megan Fox and I'll sign my Cavaliers contract." But you know, like I know, Calvin had no intentions on giving up that girl. Now this is where the highly deep metaphysical Illuminati stuff creeps in. Remember during the NBA Finals when everyone was mad at LeBron James because he gave up and Kevin Love was playing like a straight bum? I'm telling you that some shit went down between Kevin Love and LeBron James, the same way some shit went down between Calvin Candy and Dr. King. By the end of the movie, Django was the only one still alive, and boy oh boy did he put on a show. It's the same thing with Kyrie Irving. They was down 3-1. LeBron was a no-show, Kevin Love wasn't any good. Kyrie had to fight back just like Django until he heard Anderson Varejao say, "I got your woman." When he looked over and saw Anderson Varejao sitting next to Megan Fox, that's when he started to calm down. And the same way Billy Cash was going to cut off Django's nuts is the same way Klay Thompson was going to annihilate Kyrie Irving in Game 6. That's until Klay sat on the bench next to Anderson Varejao, and Varejao told him, "Don't kill him in Game 6, wait until Game 7, that'll really break his spirit." That's the same way Steven told Billy Cash, "Don't cut off his nuts, it'll only bleed out in 3 days, instead send him to the LaQuint Dickey Mining Co." Look, this is the green light you guys been waiting for. You think I'm joking, but I'm serious. How could I possibly make this stuff up? You guys want to see the documents, but you can't handle the documents. Okay, now I'm going to wrap this up. Okay, let me go through these documents that you guys want to see so bad. Okay, here's the ending. Have you guys ever wondered how Anderson Varejao played for the Cavaliers his whole career, and the 1 year that he wasn't there, they won a championship? How does that make him feel? It's the same thing with Steven. All of his years as a slave, he never saw a slave get any type of revenge against their master, and when he finally did, he was on the other side of that slave's gun. At the end of Game 7, a reporter asked Steve Kerr, "How do you feel about Kyrie Irving?" And his response was, "Kyrie got sand." That's the same thing Old Man Carr said to Django. The same way Django blew up that plantation and had his woman at the end of the movie is the same way Kyrie Irving had that boat party with all of those white girls, including Megan Fox. Look, there's no way I can possibly make this stuff up. If I show you guys these documents, I will be in more trouble than I'm already in. Nobody in Hollywood wants this stuff to get out. How do you think Quentin Tarantino feels about this? I would really appreciate it if you guys subscribe to the channel and leave a comment, and follow me on Twitter. I'm new to the social media thing. My secret sources told me to stay out of the spotlight, but I asked them, what about a Twitter account? That wouldn't hurt, right? And they said, okay, go ahead and get a Twitter, But anyways, I have a lot more coming up for you guys. This is your boy Shawn Blaze. I'm out.